Saints defensive end, edge guy, Chase Young. Chase, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Yeah, all good. Thanks for having me.
Chase, before we get into Saints stuff, I got to ask you, we haven't got a chance to talk to you. Man, how about the Buckeyes? You win that national championship. You lose that last game to that school up north. But, man, they caught everybody in the buzzsaw after that. So, man, your feelings on the Buckeyes, what a wild ride that last 2 months of the season were for them.
Yeah, proud of the guys just for going to get it done. You know, at the end of the day, they got it done. That's all that matters.
One of the things, Chase, I know you've talked about it earlier in the day, but what was the main reason you signing back with the Saints? You had some opportunities. You could have went somewhere else, another team, another organization. But what was the really main reason you re-signed back here with New Orleans?
Yeah, I just, I love the culture of that team. Love playing with those guys in that locker room. I feel like we have just real great chemistry in that locker room. You know, just from the front office down, everybody treated you so well, so genuine. My family loves it there. You know, they love to go down to the French Quarter, and, they just love New Orleans. And, I feel like it was just the best fit for me.
Chase, when you look at the scheme of things, and Brandon Staley's always sort of run the 3-4 defense, but there's always hybrid stuff involved with there. Right. You're going to be the edge guy somewhere. Either you play in 4-3 defensive end, or you're going to be a stand-up 3-4 outside linebacker. So has he talked to you about exactly kind of how he's going to use you, or is he going to move you around in that defense?
Yeah, man, in the defense, it's a crash 9 technique. So basically outside the tight end and, living on that edge, letting us fly.
Now, Chase, you are a physical specimen. I wonder how you keep in shape living in this city. I know you said you love it here, the family loves it here. Have you gotten to really enjoy the food, though? And how do you stay in such great shape?
Man, treadmill, walks up the hill, 45 minutes. Up on that treadmill with an incline, work your way all the way up to the highest incline on the treadmill. That's literally how I do it.
This year, Chase, you don't have to come off the injury. And how difficult was that last year? You had the neck injury and then the surgery afterwards, and which you had about a month before, like, training camp, before you really got healed that you could do everything like you wanted to. This season, is there anything different you're going to do from maybe years past when you didn't have the surgery in the training process?
Yeah, one thing I do love about the Saints is we have a lot of we got a lot of old vets, leaders, Cam Jordan, DeMario Davis, and it was me just talking to DeMario about how after the season he worked out through the Super Bowl. He didn't stop. He said, I still go 3 times a week, just keeping my body conditioned throughout the Super Bowl. And I said, I said, okay. So I'm like, I'm going to take that and I'm going to apply it to, what I'm doing. So, I haven't really stopped working out for real since the season. Not going, 7 days a week, but been going 4 days a week, just being consistent. I got something to prove to myself. I had something to prove to my family. I feel like, God has blessed me with this opportunity. I know I'm still young, and I know I still have a lot more to show.
One of the things, Chase, you brought it up earlier about, Cam Jordan and what he means to this football team. And everybody has a mentor to try to help them out and kind of show them a little bit of the ropes on it. And, Cam's been through it for so many years. Your relationship with Cam Jordan.
Yeah, like a big brother type thing for real. Obviously Cam has already been through it. From every point probably, just being a in the field. Obviously his experience and exposure. I try to take little tidbits from him, little nuggets from him every chance that I can.
Are you one of the guys in the offseason? I know a lot of defensive linemen do this today. Sean Merriman was the first one to work with an MMA guy to use your hands, almost like an MMA fighter, to try to quicken the quickness, to try to get off people and using your hands.
Yeah, that's not my style to work out with an MMA guy, but I will go back to Ohio this offseason and work with my coach Larry Johnson.
Man, Larry's one of the older guys in this business. We all know Pete Jenkins down here, but man, Larry been coaching a long time in this league in college football.
Check the track record. Just check the track record on LJ. That's a real dude right there.
Yeah, I remember him. He was at Penn State, and then he goes to Ohio State. And I do know one thing: that list of first-round pick defensive linemen is pretty long.
Even just the top 3 rounds. You're gonna see, even JT's coming out this year. Jack Sawyer, Talik. I suspect all them guys come out first through the third. So I think it's Coach Jay. He's one guy who knows how to teach pass rush.
Chase, looking at the new head coach you're going to be under with the Saints, Kellen Moore. What's your knowledge of what he brings to this team, and what are you looking forward to from this offense now?
Man, that's like you said, the offense. I know that offense is going to be pumping. I know we're going to be real efficient on offense, and I know he knows how to win. He knows what that has to look like culture-wise. And he just, all across the board, he knows what it takes. So I'm definitely excited, man. I'm definitely excited to bring some wins back to New Orleans and get this thing turned around and, to play some winning football, man.
Have you got to talk to Davin Gottschall yet, the newest member of the Saints, also along the defensive line?
I have not, but I know I definitely know who he is. I know he's a New Orleans native as well. It's funny, I just went to the Javonte St. Davis fight, and he was there. I was sitting there eating before the fight, and he was there, not even knowing he was about to end up being with us. So it's crazy how everything come together.
One of the things in this league is about availability, and you had the knee injury early on in your career, and then the neck injury, you got it down. But last year, you were one of the top 5 in getting pressures on the quarterback. Now,
right.
What you want to get is the sacks part, because I know everybody, that feeling is, man, listen, that's where the money's at. You can get quarterback sacks. It's about finishing off, and a lot of coaches will say, man, that some of that finishing off, Danielle Hunter told me this, it was about his lower body power. He said, Mike, I really worked hard to get stronger in my lower body so that I could finish off those plays that, I got pressure. He was like that at LSU, but he didn't get the sack. And he said, man, I knew if I was going to get paid in this league, they were going to pay me for quarterback sacks. They weren't paying me for pressures.
No, for sure.
Chase, one more for you before we let you go. You got a message for the Who Dat Nation out there. I know you know how passionate these black and gold fans are for this team, but just what do you want to say to the Saints fans out there after inking that 3-year extension?
Yeah, just know I'm going to give you everything I got, man. I'm working right now, and I'm going to put my best foot forward, and, we trying to bring a boom this year, so yeah, you already know who that.
Appreciate the time, Chase. Enjoy it, and be talking to you soon. Pretty much training camp just around the corner, and obviously the off-season workouts as well.
Best of luck to you, Chase.
Thank you.
Saints defensive end Chase Young there. Man, Mike, he could definitely be quite a force in Brandon Staley's system. Anxious to see if some of those pressures can start to hit home this coming season.
Yeah, and then talking to people in the league, they all had a high opinion of Chase, especially coming out of Ohio State. And he had some injuries there that sort of circumvented what he could do. But, man, so many people were impressed with him. He played all 17 games last year.
Yes, indeed.
But it's about closing those pressures and getting quarterback sacks and making those big plays that you can get your defense